Hello and welcome back. So this video is going to be the brands that excite me tag. This was created by Samantha March. I will put her in the description box. I thought this was a really fun video. I actually did do brands that excite me and bore me like over a year ago on my channel. So that was a while ago. So I thought that I would do this tag, and she created it as a top 5, bottom 5 brands that do excite you and that don't excite you. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'll just start with the brands that don't excite me just to get the negative out of the way, and then we can talk about the positive. And the first brand that I'll say is Jouer. I don't know, people really talk about their eyeshadows and highlighters a lot, but somehow it just never intrigued me and it seemed overpriced. I did try a Jouer lip moisturizer years ago when I had Birchbox. I mean, we're talking like 6 years ago, and I really didn't like it. And I think somehow that just like left a bad taste in my mouth, if you will. And I just never wanted to try the brand again. So I feel like there's a lot of brands out there, and this one just never appealed to me. The next brand is somewhat newer brand to Sephora, maybe in the last year or so, and it's Lawless Beauty. And I don't know, something about it, again, it seems very expensive. It's more expensive than Jouer even. And I don't know, something about it just seems very bland. And I've had no interest in their products. And I know actually Samantha March really loves this brand, but to me it seems mediocre and expensive. So yeah, never had interest in it. Another brand that really I've had no interest in, except for one product, I'll say, Huda Beauty. I've never tried anything from this brand. And I don't know, she comes out with a lot of new releases, and I don't know, it's just like I always pass through it on Trend Mood. I'm like, I don't know. The only products she's ever released that did intrigue me were those 9-pan small palettes. She had all the jewel tones and the neutrals. Those got pretty good reviews overall, although a few of the colorful ones actually got negative reviews. They're a really good price and they seem really good quality, but I just don't feel like I need them. I have lots of eyeshadows. Plus, she's been involved in a few controversies that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So yeah, I don't know. Huda Beauty, a few products seem nice, but everything else seems kind of blah. The next brand is one that just seems very gimmicky to me, and that is Farsali. Yeah, I don't know. Something about this brand almost rubs me the wrong way because like they have those dropper things and those jelly highlighters. I don't know. It doesn't intrigue me at all. If I'm going to use a face oil, I'm going to use one that has more skincare benefits. I mean, maybe Farsali does, but it seems like, I mean, they're making that pink, they have like a pink face oil and one with glitter in it. I'm not sure. It just isn't for me, and it comes off as kind of gimmicky. The last brand that doesn't excite me actually used to excite me a lot. It used to be one of my favorite brands, and that is Too Faced. There are a few staple products from Too Faced that I still love. I love the Chocolate Bar palette, I love their Born This Way foundation, and the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. But their new releases in the last 1 to 2 years really bore me. They had that weird collaboration with that housewife that was overtly sexual, and then they make things that are super kitty and puppy dog. I don't know. It's definitely a brand that I used to love, and I still really like some of their staple products, but their new releases just never excite me or interest me at all. All right, let's get into the fun part. The first brand that excites me is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Sultry palette. You've seen it a million times, and I really like this palette, and I really like a lot of her products. I've mentioned it before that it's just a brand I really love. There are a few things that I've tried that I didn't like. I don't like their brow gel, and I did not like their stick foundation, but glow kits, eyeshadow palettes, brow products, I really love the brand. And part of the reason too that I get so excited by it is I do feel like they make revolutionary products. And also I kind of have a weird like emotional attachment to them also because Anastasia and her daughter are from Romania. They are Romanian, and so am I. That's where I was born. I don't think I've ever said that on my channel, but yeah. There are not a ton. I mean, there are obviously internationally famous Romanian people, but there aren't that many. So I fell in love with the brand before I even knew that, but then once I heard that, I fell even more in love with them. I know that's kind of a silly reason, but I do really like their products as well. And their new releases, I do think they make innovative products and the quality is fantastic. The next brand that excites me, I will say, is Hourglass. This is their Luminous Light highlighter. I really like it. It's one of those subtle and natural highlighters, but also works really well as a finishing powder. And I do have a few other things from Hourglass. Actually, right now I only have that other ambient lighting palette, but I've tried their primer and I really like it. And I've tried a few of these other powders I really like. However, this is a brand I don't buy from a lot because it's really, really expensive. But whenever they do come out with something new, like they had that new foundation lately, I'm always intrigued and I always want to try it, but I haven't really tried that much purely because it is a very expensive brand, but it still does really intrigue me. The next brand that I really, really like is NYX. This is one of their butter glosses in Praline. I love their butter glosses. It's a brand that I've tried a lot from, and I feel like they have really improved their quality over time. Their eyeshadow palettes used to be kind of not good, but some of the newer ones they've had are really good actually. And overall, I really like the brand. I feel like they don't release new products that often though. So, I mean, I get excited when they release things, but I feel like they could almost release more new items. But something they've been doing a lot lately is actually revamping their older products. Like a few years ago, they repackaged their butter glosses and their blushes, and they reformulated a lot of their products. And I actually really respect a brand that is working to improve the products they already have instead of always coming out with something new. And I think that's something very admirable, and I really, really like NYX. The next brand that really excites me is Wet n Wild. This is their highlighter in Blossom Glow. This is probably one of their more popular highlighters, and the price point, you can't go wrong. I mean, Wet n Wild is one of the most affordable products brands still out there. This highlighter is only $5, and it's one of the most blinding highlighters you can find at the drugstore. And they, again, are a brand that has also really, really worked to improve their quality. Wet n Wild 10 years ago was okay. It was really cheap, but it wasn't that great. But now their products are fantastic, and they still kept their price low, and I really respect that. They do release a lot of limited edition collections, which I don't know that I love that as much because some of the products do seem a little gimmicky, like that gym collection. To me, that seemed very gimmicky. I don't wear makeup when I work out unless I was already wearing it before, so I don't feel the need to put on makeup just to work out. So I don't know, that whole thing seemed not for me, but I think that their permanent products are very good. I mean, not everything. Their mascaras are rather terrible, actually. I haven't tried one in a while, but all the ones I tried were not good. But anyway, I think for the most part, their quality is great. They've improved their formulas. They release interesting products most of the time, and they've kept their price point low. All right, the brand that still excites me, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of getting sick of this brand, that is Colourpop. I still get really excited every time I see a new release from Colourpop. A lot of people say they release products too often. That doesn't bother me. I don't have to buy it, so whatever, you know, but if there's something I really want, then I can get it. But overall, again, Colourpop, really good quality. They've kept their prices low. A few things have gone up a little bit, but honestly, not much. So many products from them are fantastic. This is a highlighter palette from them, and these are fantastic. This palette is $18, and the quality is really top-notch. They're super blinding, super beautiful, and it's really, really good quality. I love the Colourpop. Started with just some lipstick and those Super Shock eyeshadows, but then they expanded from there, and they really pay attention to what's popular. They are really on the trends. You know, when liquid lipsticks got super hot and popular, they released their liquid lipsticks, and they were trying to, you know, I mean, they were up on the popular colors too and doing some kind of somewhat dupes for more expensive products out there, but not in a copycat way. I don't know. I really like Colourpop. Their pressed eyeshadows are amazing. I'm not really into the Super Shocks only because they're a bit more difficult to work with and they dry out quickly, but their powder eyeshadows are fantastic. Those powder highlighters are amazing. I love their lipsticks. Oh, I love their lip glosses. I don't know. I really like a lot of their products. If they release too much, that's okay with me. I don't have to buy it, but it gets a little hard to resist for me sometimes. Oh my gosh, that new spring palette they released is beautiful. Everyone is talking about how wonderful it is. I'm trying not to buy it because I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, but I really respect that they are high quality, good price, and they release products that are very on trend and good. All right, so that is it. Those are 5 brands that excite me and 5 that don't. Let me know what you think, and yeah, thanks for watching.